About to have ads, but I'm gonna get going anyway. I'm doing some more work on my D20. Have some ideas for making it work slightly better as well. So I added this on sleeping state change. It's just a signal that the rigid body can emit. So I can move this in here, so we don't have to have this function at all. So we'll just move the ray only after the sleeping state changes, so we don't need to do anything every frame. This should work the same as what it was doing before. Maybe. So why is this not happening? Okay, so it is sleeping then. It looks to me like the... Oh, hi Risto, welcome. How's it going? How was your stream? I caught a little bit of it. Looked like you were making some cool textures in Material Maker. Sorry if you're stuck in ads. Drinking and driving. Give us an explosion. Ooh, cool. I am trying to do some quick optimization on this physics-based D20 system that I was working on earlier this week, and I seem to have broken it a little bit. But not every one of these is yeah, here I can show you how I set it all up. So I have a mesh of a D20 here. If I hide the mesh, I have this this strange arrangement of colliders. So I have ones that go through the corners. Yeah, it is like a tesseract. So I have previously worked on a project that had a D20 in it, and this is how we did it for that. But that was in Unity. So basically, we have these they're capsule colliders that sort of crisscross through the center, make sort of like a 3D asterisk. And they go through the corners, and that helps it like settle when it's rolling. And then there's also a collider for each face, and they're just named the numbers. Hello, Steve Atticus. How you doing? So yeah, each face has a collider. It's just like a cube. And then I have a raycast. So when the cube finishes rolling, or when the D20 finishes rolling, the raycast will hit a collider. And there's also a sphere in here as well to just help it like not intersect with things. So it looks wild, but it's actually more optimized than using a mesh collider because mesh colliders have their own weirdness. And this is like the most accurate way that I could think up to do this. And it was working, but for some reason it's not. Yeah. Mess colliders. Exactly. I think it's just not working because I'm not I think I should just be making the ray in code. I shouldn't just have one in so let's see. So if I say physics never actually like generated a raycast through code or in Godot. I've done it all the time in Unity because it's the only way to do it. Okay. That's how to do it in like a let's see. So actually if I go back in and re-add the physics process, let's move this there. And let's see if this works. Okay. So I guess the kind of interesting thing about this is it can roll multiple times, maybe? No, because it has a variable that like it should only yeah, we got a 14, we got a 19, we got a 6, we got a 4. Yeah, these seem like they're rolling the correct numbers. There's a 14, 13. So my guess is that when I was moving the ray when the sleeping state changed, I need to like wait a physics frame for the ray to catch up. Maybe. Okay, so if I put a pass there, move this here, Why doesn't it like that? And then yield or await. Let's see, is there a way to wait for a physics frame? Okay, let's see if this works. No, it is not working until the next time the thing sleeps. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, so we will just move this back to how it was working before. It doesn't matter if it's super optimized, this is just a prototype anyway. I do want to let's see, I want to be able to randomize the color of the dice, or set the color to something, because I would like to be able to let chat roll dice. Yeah, exactly. I don't need to be prematurely optimizing things. Let's see. All right, have a good lurk, Steven. There we go. I'm just gonna make these, you know, just some classic rainbow colors. That's an ugly yellow. Let's get a better one. Okay. So we can say get color for now. I'll just return white. We want 20. Let's also make it random color. Where's the sounds? Okay. And we can say D20 mesh. What? Let's see, how do we get surface 0? See if this works. No, doesn't like it. Let's see. Get surface material. Okay. And it needs to be albedo. Okay. No? what if we say material is that, and then material dot color, get random color, and then mesh dot set surface. Get surface material. Hello Artie, welcome. We're doing we're making physics-based D20s. They're kind of busted right now. Let me show you what I got so far. Well, I got a 20. I need to like have it make a sound if I roll a 20. Yeah, this one is a 20. But I'm trying to make it so I can change the color. Yes. But I don't remember how to do it in Godot. I've done it in Unity like a billion times. Let's oh, it's surface get material. That's okay. 20 surface. It's saying that's not right, but I am okay. This is that's the override material. Which I don't think I actually set, so I just have it as the surface material. Not erroring, but okay, it did error there. Color, and then the dot, and then starts override material. Oh, I probably need to set them to be local because it's overriding everything. It's kind of funny though. Oh, it does have an override material. That is how I'm doing it. Get override material. And then local to scene, I think is what I want to do. There we go. That's fun. How many D20s can we get before it starts tanking the performance? I wonder. It's actually not doing too bad. I do like that I can like kick them really far. It gets bad if they're like all colliding at once. Yeah. So I think eventually what I should probably do is I should make an object pool to limit the total number of dice that exist and just like reuse the existing ones instead of spawning new ones every time. As fun as this is, it's also like totally fine if they're not hitting each other. It only gets bad if like a bunch of them are on top of each other. Yeah. Have a good one, Risto. Thanks for the raid once again. Because I have the roll dice button selected, so every time I hit the spacebar, it like is the UI confirm button. So every time I jump, I do the D20. Pretty good. Very fun. Okay. So that was my D20 system. It's pretty much working. Okay, interesting. A couple of them did hit the sphere. Which it shouldn't do. I might just need to make the sphere a little bit smaller. Hello Baka, welcome. We made some improvements to our D20. Let's shrink this and need. Hello Core. There will be a quiz. Yes. Yes. Draco needs to know all about the nuts and the bolts and the ropes. Yeah, we got a Risto raid earlier. Risto was doing some cool material stuff on his stream. I need to check out some of his VODs and learn a thing or two about materials. So yeah, eventually I'm gonna hook this up so in chat you'll be able to roll d20s and it will make them the color of your chat name. Hello Pedro, welcome. We got d20s rolling and they're mostly doing what they're supposed to. Okay, very occasionally it gets the wrong thing as the result of a roll. It gets this collision shape 3D, which is this sphere here. Which you should not do. But I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal right now, because this is just a prototype. I can make it more robust later. This is kind of the mode that I'm in right now. I'm figuring out what I want my VIPO to be. Like, I'm not necessarily going to use any of this code for the full thing. I'm just figuring out what I want it to be and how I think some of these things will need to work. So I think the next thing I want to play around with is I want chat to be able to spawn little guys that wander around. So excuse me. I think I'm gonna use K-kit skeletons, similar to what Elisar is doing. But let me just do a quick check on itch.io to see if there's any assets that I think will work better. Game assets. Okay, we want 3D. I know Quaterny has had some that could be good. Brachy's also has a little skeleton guy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna use Quaternius's little guys. He's got 2 monster packs. So I'm gonna grab them both. Maybe. Did I not download the other one? I did. Alright. So we got a bat. Oh no, its eyes don't, they're not parented properly, I guess. That shouldn't be too hard to fix though. Are all of them like this? Yeah, looks like none of their eyes are parented properly. That's fine. Alright. We want custom little guys. Alright, new scene. We'll start with the slime. And the children. Just gotta cut this. No, can't do that. Copy this. Paste it. Delete it. There we go. And just rename this to slime. Change it to a character body. And we'll throw collision shape. Probably just gonna be a sphere. Move it up. Move it out. The animation player not come with it? I need to make sure some of these animations are set to loop. So idle and lock both need to be set to loop. Alright. Actually, let's Probably want this to be a navigation agent. Yeah, okay. So I guess it needs to... What have I done? No, that's correct. It needs to have a navigation agent. I believe. Pathfinder. Okay, we're gonna learn a bit about Godot's pathfinding stuff. Refabs, filter, will guys, up slime, we'll have a rat. Don't sue me, Renee. You don't own the concept of rats. Okay. I think the rat will have we'll use a capsule, but it will be a different orientation from... That's a big rat. Why isn't it uniformly scaling? Whoa. It came in scaled weird. Interesting. And we'll change this to a character body. Rat. Didn't like that. Interesting. Oh, it's trying to save the... I hate it when it does this. It's trying to save the entire mesh as a... like in the scene. Probably because I copied and pasted it. New inheritance. Okay, what if I do this? What have I done? Did I do the same thing to my Grizz model? But it's not complaining as much because it's a lower poly model? No. Let's delete these guys really fast. Close these. Okay. Alright. That's new inherited scene. Save scene as rat. Little guys. Rat, why are you so huge? We won't worry about the rat's tail clipping. It's fine. Close enough for a rat. Alright, we save. Save scene as rat. Override the rat. Close. Close that. Don't save. Right. Yes. Didn't like it. Why didn't I like it? Keeps trying to make the mesh local. I close that scene now. Let's open up our rat. Alright, cool. Alright, let's make that animation loop. We want our idle, our walk, our run to loop. There we go. Yeah, oh yeah, we also want a nav mesh agent. Nav agent. Yeah, let's do the same thing with the slime. Oh, actually, I think in our import settings here, we can give it a type. Yeah. There we go. I don't like that these are coming in with like very crazy scales. That is basically a sphere at that point. So let's change that to a sphere. Yeah, we also want this to have a nav mesh agent. Okay. Let's make navigation region. I'll throw the ground in it. And let's throw our rat and our slime in here. Why is our rat invisible? Hold on. Let's fix this really quick. What? Why isn't it like that? Inherited scene. It's mad at me for some reason. Okay, let's delete the rat. New inherited scene. It's not opening it. Oh, did I break something with the name is empty is true? Excuse me? Gonna delete that rat and re-import it, I guess. He gets mad at me for that for some reason. Okay, at least that worked. So you put it at 12. And we'll give it a navigation agent. Maybe the rat shouldn't be right there. Not a great place for a rat to be. Why did all of them end up purple? Thought I had fixed that. Maybe I accidentally unfixed it. Yeah, I need to save that as a local. There we go. All right, we got a rat. Make a script for the little guys. It will go in not gonna do a template. It's gonna go in little guys. It's gonna have a navigation agent. Actually, I'm just gonna call it nav agent. And we'll say physics process, and we'll also have a no 3D. We'll say if target nav agent dot target global Let me just real quick check and make sure I understand how nav agents work. Because I feel like I'm probably missing some stuff. I think we do want to set these to avoidance on. Probably. And debug on, maybe. And let's add our guy script here. And then we're gonna set the rat's gonna follow the slime and the slime's gonna follow Grizz. Let's just see what happens. Okay, currently nothing happens. let's actually look at the code in the sample. Okay. We want loose need float set to 5. Okay, and we'll say func ready. Nav agent velocity computed connect. And we want a function called on velocity computed. Velocity. Let's avoid connect on velocity compute. We say global position equals global position not move towards global position plus say velocity, and we want the delta, so physics delta and then physics process, we want to set physics delta, and we'll pass that in here. Okay. So next things we want to do in this, we want to say if navigation server 3D dot map get iteration ID and nav agent dot get navigation map. If that is 0, we return. And then also if navigation agent is nav agent dot is finished, is navigation finished, turn, otherwise next path is equal to agent dot get next position velocity equals it's also a vector 3 equals variable position 2 next position times movement speed and then if agent dot avoidance enable set velocity Doesn't like that. Is this an old version of the docs? No, this is up to date. So why doesn't it like this? Is set velocity forced? Did I spell that wrong? Actually, we can just say velocity, safe velocity, we can slide, and keep everything else the same. I guess here we can say if target agent set nothing happening. I wonder if these have to be inside the navigation region. Probably. Why is the slime? Why is the slime ignored by the collision? There we go. Oh, We moving. We schmoving. They're fast. Why are they hovering? Probably because I'm not applying gravity to them. Okay, I need to make them slower, and I need to make them face the direction they're moving. So let's set this to like 2.5. Velocity dot y minus equals 10 times delta. Physics delta. They're still floating. Actually, I don't think we need delta there. Yeah, got a weird D&D party going. Got a slime, we got a rat, and an owl bear. Okay. What did I use to rotate our guy in the... Okay, here we go. Export. No. Station speed. What did I set it to? Here. It's 12. Or so. Physics delta. I don't think I set these models up to have to be facing the correct direction. No. Yeah, it's facing X there and not minus Z. Thing with rat. Rat, which direction are you facing? You're facing positive Z. This is fun. What if I make the rat fluffy? This is not really gonna add anything, but I think it'll be funny. Why didn't it work? I don't know why the rat isn't furry. I did everything the same. There they go. Look at them go. Okay, let's see if we can get some other little guys. We got Snake. We got Snake Angry. We got a spider. Arachnophobia warning. I don't think we're gonna use the spider. We might use the wasp. That needs to loop. Oh, we do have a skeleton. It's got a silly animation. We got a dragon. Dragon's kind of cool. Okay. So I think all of these we want to set the root type to therapy body. Doesn't like it for some reason. Alright, add a caps or a collision shape. It's a capsule. This guy's way too big. Why does he have two separate armatures? I think that's part of why it's being strange, maybe? And it's got, yeah, it's got two separate, okay. So, if we... I think we can add a what's it called? A bone attachment, and we set it to the head, and we move the eyes there. Can't do that. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it here, and then we're gonna get rid of that. And I think we need to scale this down quite a bit. Very hard to see against the background there. I think we do want to rotate it 180 degrees. Yeah, a bunch of goobers. And we'll add a navigation agent and make it a little guy. Throw our navigation agent on here. Save it as bat. And now to be able to drop a bat in our scene, set your navigation target to the player as well. Maybe make you further away to begin with. Okay, I need to make sure the bat animates. Flying is your auto animation. This is a fun little group we got here. Bunch of silly little freaks following me around that I can throw dice at. Okay, we need more little guys. Let's do the same for the dragon. And once again, we're gonna throw in a collision shape, make it a capsule, move it up, shrink this down quite a bit. No, before we do that, we bone attachment, copy the eyes, hide this stuff, and then we can shrink it down quite a bit. Yeah, this is one of those things about using other people's stuff. It base. Head. Base. And then what was it supposed to look like? Okay, they're like further up there. They're rotated kind of weird. Something like that. And flying is your default animation. Give you our little guy script. Give you a nav agent. Why doesn't it like its bone attachment thing? Okay. There we go. So now that we have this this system working, whoa. Hello, Folkish. Welcome. Got all sorts of little guys now. But yeah, now it shouldn't be too hard to make it so y'all can use channel points or chat to spawn in little guys. So that'll be fun. I am planning on designing my own little guides at some point. These are just placeholders for now. But guaranteed the little guides will be based on D&D creatures. And I think we'll make it so you can use channel points to like get costumes or things for them. We'll figure that out as we go. But it is fun having little guys that can follow me around. Alright, let's add a couple more. Do we want a frog? Frog is pretty good. Frog is pretty good. But I think I want snake next. Well, yeah, I'll do frog for you, Folkish. All right, so we want. I guess I could make this a little guy, and that way I don't have to assign it there. Let's see, what else do we want? Yeah. Okay. New inherited scene. It did not like being a little guy. Character body. Little guy. We're going for it. There we go. Came in a little big. Mesh agent. Sun hit. Frog. Do the snake too. Is my frog facing the wrong way? It is. Snake, you're way too big. Why does it not? That's a navigation agent. And then I need to make sure that walk is auto and same on the frog. Jump is auto. Frog, you can follow rat. There we go. Nope, snake is backwards. Everybody else is fine. Bunch of little guys. They're all bumping into each other. You can get them with dice. Them launching the dice is great. Yeah, they're colliding with the camera. I should probably change that. These guys should be on their own layer. Collision. You on layer 8. What layer is the player on? Is it layer 2? You are layer 2. And the dice, I think, are layer 1. Maybe. They're layer 3. And then what? Our character mask layer 1, also mask layer 8. No, they don't collide with the dice anymore. That's not what I wanted. Alright, this is fun. This is starting to become something. That's the fun part of a prototype, is when it starts getting goofy and turning into something. I'm gonna have to download the newest version of Godot that just came out today and play around with it at some point. Maybe I'll do that next week. All right. What should I work on next? Actually, I'm probably gonna wrap up in a bit. Maybe go for like another 15 minutes or so and then wrap up. Alright, let's see if this is working. No. Okay, why is it mad at me? There. Doesn't like my OAuth token. Why do you not like my OAuth token? It expired. How do I fix that? don't want to show my OAuth stuff on screen. Token. No. Okay, it's saying it's available. Is this gonna error out too? Yes, okay. Did it actually update my token? No. Alright, let's try getting a new one. Why is it giving me an invalid token? No, that's fine. User. Seems okay. Don't know why it doesn't like my token anymore. It didn't, like it said it was gonna give me a new one, but I don't think it actually did. I have a floof, but it doesn't seem to be connected with my Twitch. Does the floof work? It does. Okay, weird. I don't know why it wasn't working. Well, I didn't like my OAuth there, but okay, it worked that time. It didn't complain about my my token that time, which I'm not sure why. So if I in this scene where'd that go? Just had it. Did I close it? Test. There we go. I did close it. So if I add where's my camera? Okay. If I add the launcher to the camera, let's see what. Let's look at my rewards here. D20. There we go. Disconnect. That's not the function. The launcher, we want to pick a roll a D20. All right. So I think now both floof and the D20 are working. I didn't set this to Discord. There we go. Wrong. I rolled a 10. Alright, so D20s and floofs should both be working now. I do still need to figure out how to get the user colors from Twitch chat. I think what is this node here doing? Nothing. It does have a script on it. What does it do? Okay. So that's for commands. Did I have a command thing set up on here? No. Twitch command info. Where did I set that up? Thought I had set it up somewhere. Anyway, I'll mess with that some more next week. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks for hanging out. This was fun. I will let's see. Keep goofing around with stuff. And I'll find somebody for us to raid. I think we'll raid Spamalami. But let me just check to see who else is on. Yeah, we're gonna raid Spam. Thanks for hanging out. I should be back on Tuesday. And keep making more weird stuff. Have a good weekend, everybody. Now let's go say hi to Spamalami. Bye.